You're out here trying to dodge, my friend. Gators over 4.5. You predicted it earlier in this call. Expand upon that. Leave our listening audience, leave the Gator fans with some hope that they could make a bowl game and maybe more in 2024.
Okay, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. College football Satan himself looked at that schedule and said, I know that I'm statistically evil. I know that I cause and inflict pain on everyone. I'm not that. It is the toughest schedule I have ever seen in the history of college football. It is that daunting. However, here's the way that I describe Graham Mertz to people. It's like mashed potatoes. Nobody hates mashed potatoes. Nobody considers it to be like the best thing out there.
Did you just compare Graham Mertz to mashed potatoes? Because I love mashed potatoes. This is fantastic content for me.
He is mashed potatoes. Nobody hates him. Nobody loves him. He's just kind of there, and you accept him for who he is. Here's where you add in that kick and spice, that flaming hot chicken, all the other good things. Shamir Dike is a wide receiver that has a great relationship and rapport with Mertz during his time at the University of Wisconsin. Trey Wilson is going to be a human highlight reel by the season's end. I am beyond excited to see how he gets to build in this offense for another season underneath Billy Napier. I like the tight end play. I love what they bring in with Elijah Badger. That's probably going to be Ricky Pearsall's replacement. Yes, you lose Trevor Etienne, but you got a ton of guys waiting in the wings that have been able to probably step up. Montreal Johnson last year averaged 5.5 yards per play, so you know what he can do. And there's a lot of games that you can say is a toss-up. The 4.5 means you got to win 5 games. Are we sure that Miami, week 1, going to the Swamp is going to be well prepared just because they added in Cam Ward? I'm not sure. Stanford, that should be a win. You get Texas A&M at 2:30, which means 3:30, which is sweltering hot weather in the Swamp against a team that still is growing into itself. That could be 3 wins. 4 wins comes from Mississippi State. I was not a fan of the Jeff Levy hire. I think that John Summerall was absolutely shafted of a job. I will die on this take until the cows come crying home. Kentucky, you get a toss-up game against. LSU's defense is completely, utterly shot at times if you don't believe that there's going to be improvements. I think it's on UCF. And also, you've been holding against Tennessee. People forget that Tennessee still has struggled against Florida. That is a must-win game on the road. I mean, that's a must-win game at Neyland Stadium for Josh Heupel. You can't consider yourself a legit threat in the SEC if you can't beat Florida. So I look at the schedule. There are 7 winnable games. 7 wins in this season with this schedule, to me, is basically like winning the SEC championship. I've never seen something this tall of a task. I've never seen something this daunting. You get to 7 wins. Billy Napier is probably going to be sticking around for another year. And on top of that, you're probably saying we have a good baseline moving forward. Sometimes it's right to hit the panic button. I think Florida fans are a little bit prognostically putting the wagon ahead of the horse on this one.
The Heeligans on the text line are loving the potatoes. They want steak and potatoes. You're making them hungry, Cole. You have been very gracious with your time. Our video producer, John, just gave us a wink as you made that potato analogy. So something tells me that'll be online very soon. Appreciate you, as always. See you in Dallas for SEC Media Days, my friend.